Coming up this April 17th through the 19th in Baton Rouge, a very special event is happening called A Weekend to Remember. Family Life puts on this incredible conference that is all about making the most of marriage. And I can't even do it justice by describing it, which is why I get to introduce you to the Love Doctor. That's his actual nickname. This is Clarence Shuler, who you've authored countless books and you've done all of these family life events for forever. I'm so excited to have you.
Well, Josh, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be with you. And I love doing the weekend to remember. And I love Baton Rouge. I have a bunch of friends down there. So I'm looking forward to coming down and getting some great food, but also
Yeah,
meet some people at the
it's all about the
conference.
food. Yeah. I'm assuming your wife, Miss Brenda, is also going to be a part of
She
that.
is coming. Yes, she will be here. Yes, she will be here.
Awesome.
She,
You guys
she's the
are,
better she's the better speaker. So they want her. I'm just here for comic relief. So anyway.
I mean, isn't that the best though? Like when
Yeah, yeah, I
she
like
gets to
it.
do the heavy lifting.
That's right. She does.
All right. So April 17th through the 19th, it's a weekend devoted to marriage. I think the goal, the word that I keep seeing in all of this is oneness. Can you define
Yes.
that essential concept for me?
Well, when God created us, he created Adam and Eve to be one, but because he made them different, there's an interdependency that builds an intimacy. And so a lot of times we don't get that in church. People don't tell us how to do that. And so the weekend to remember is to give you a biblical blueprint of how to move toward oneness. And every couple is, no marriage is static. So either we're moving toward oneness or we're unintentionally drifting apart. And so the weekend to remember comes and helps remind you how to do that or tell you for the very first time how to do that.
Who is it primarily for? Like a weekend to remember, we talking engaged couples, single adults, newly married, married forever. Like what's the target demo for a weekend to remember?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
All those, we did one in Hilton Head a couple weeks ago, and I was amazed. A couple came, they'd just been married for 2 hours. They got married 2 hours before the event, and they came to the event with their parents and another friend. But it's for for those who haven't been married and they're looking, they may be dating. We've even had single people come and not even in a relationship. So when they get in a relationship, they know what to do. But
Hmm.
yes, it's definitely for those who are getting engaged or are engaged, for those who are married for a long time or just got there because and it's for and your marriage doesn't have to be in crisis to come. I mean, definitely some marriages are in crisis, and we do see God save some marriages at the conference, which is really special. But we have couples who've been married sometimes 50, 55 years or more. And the thing about that, you never stop learning in marriage. So it's really for the whole gamut of people in regards to marriage relationship. If you're interested, just looking in, it's a great thing, a great opportunity to experience that.
I will say personally, I've been married coming up on 22 years.
Oh,
And
congratulations.
for our 15th anniversary, we went to a family life weekend to remember. And I will tell you, it was so helpful in helping us reconnect and communicate in ways
Yeah.
that we had just kind of gotten lazy in a little bit.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because we get so many different people coming. We get pastors, we get people in the military, and they say it just helps for them. It's a reminder, like you, it's a reminder. But then there are those who maybe don't go to church, and maybe at their church they don't talk about marriage very much, and they sort of feel ill-equipped. They don't know what to do, and it just really gives them some really good tools, takeaway tools to put into practice how to make their marriage and achieve the oneness God always wanted them to have.
By the way, I know a lot of people are probably interested in a weekend to remember, and maybe they're a little hesitant about the cost. There's actually a way you can save some money for the weekend to remember. If you use the code SAVE100, our LifeSongs listeners get $100 off of registration. How is a weekend to remember memorable? Like, is it fun or is it just like one big guilt trip?
It can be all of that. It depends on where you are in your marriage. But no, we try and make it humorous, but we also bring the truth there as well. And
Yeah.
for some people, they will be convicted and hey, I need to do better. But it's not designed to beat anybody up. It's not designed to make people feel guilty. It's just say, hey, if I want to have a better marriage, in fact, really, if I want to be a better spouse, then that's something you want to come to. And you want to learn how do I do this? And then when you figure that out, it makes it work together. And don't worry about bringing your spouse to fix your spouse. They're going to focus on themselves. We teach you how to focus on yourself. And
Yeah.
it's just amazing what happens in that process.
Yeah. It's not going to pit you against your spouse. It
No.
is it is about oneness, not about division.
And but we do have a session on conflict because most couples struggle with conflict. And the thing is, conflict is reality. So to avoid conflict, you're avoiding reality. So we want you to work through conflict, but we teach you how to do it. So how you handle conflict is critical. And so we help couples learn how to do that, and it helps them bring intimacy. It also teaches them how to bring closure and resolve issues as well.
Nice. If you're just joining us on LifeSongs, we're talking with Clarence Shuler, who is the CEO and president of Building Lasting Relationships. You've authored many, many books, including co-authoring with Dr. Gary Chapman. Your wife, Brenda, is director of Bridges of Hope. You guys have been doing this family life stuff for a little while now, right?
Yeah, we've been doing it for family life for about 25 years,
That's
and we've been
awesome.
doing our own marriage stuff for over 40 years.
Well, thank you and great job.
Well, thanks. And we're
So,
still learning too. So,
well, with that kind of experience, what's your go-to not very expensive date with Brenda that you could give us like a template almost that we could follow?
but a lot of times just going shopping with her and, with no agenda. And she knows I hate shopping, but she knows I love her. And so when I go shopping with her, I'll hear her come home and talk to her girlfriend and say, girl, she went shopping with me today. And we talk about different things. Actually, a weekend to remember is a date for us because flying on the plane there and back and the time in between, we do that. And so we just love to hang out. Sometimes we'll go for a drive. We live in Colorado. It's very beautiful. And she'd
Mhm.
say, "Hey, to the mountains or something." So we'll jump in the car and just drive and just talk. So I think for her, it's no having no agenda. It's what makes her happy, and that's really the goal.
We always joke that it's not a date if it doesn't end at Target. Um, like no matter what we do, like even if we go out to dinner, like oh we should pop in Target. So
Well, your wife likes Target, mine likes Walmart, and so when we're going to hang out, when our girls were little, I wouldn't let the girls go with us, just be Brenda and me, and we could just talk and shop, we're doing whatever and just hang out.
all right, last chance to sell us all on a weekend to remember.
Well, it's just a great time to have uninterrupted time with your spouse, the
Mm.
person you'll spend the rest of your life with. And it's a great time if you need to work through some issues if you have some issues, or to learn how to work through those issues. Probably a key thing, we give you an opportunity to write a love letter. And then there's something we do really special on Sunday after or Sunday about 12 before we release you. It ends at 12:30. We do something very special that for a lot of couples is life changing and it's free. And we give you something that you can remember the rest of your life and it impacts you and your family. So I would encourage you to come just to get that free experience at the very end on Sunday before we dismiss people back to go home. So I think that's a really great, great opportunity.